Usually I talk about things I've remembered, but today I want to talk about something most of us have either forgotten or were never taught in school, but is historically very relevant to what's going on today. The most negative thing I've witnessed in my 73 years of life has been the ever-increasing influence of wealthy individuals and corporate personages over our government. This development is especially egregious because the founding fathers of many of their successors recognized the danger concentrated wealth represented and sought to limit that influence right from the beginning. Here's what Thomas Jefferson had to say. "I hope that we shall crush in its birth the aristocracy of our moneyed corporations, which dare already to challenge our government in a trial of strength and bid defiance to the laws of our country." His friend James Madison concurred. "The day will come when our republic will be an impossibility because wealth will be concentrated in the hands of the few. When that day comes, we must rely on the wisdom of the best elements in the country to readjust the laws of the nation." The founders did what they could to limit corporations, allowing them to last only for 20 to 30 years and deal only in one commodity, or to finance a specific project, like building a road or digging a canal. Political contributions from corporations were deemed a criminal offense, but by the time Abraham Lincoln was president, he wrote, "As a result of war, corporations have been enthroned, and an era of corruption in high places will follow, and the money power of our country will endeavor to prolong its reign by working upon the prejudices of the people until all wealth is aggregated in the hands of a few and the republic is destroyed. I feel at this moment more anxiety for the safety of my country than ever before, even in the midst of war. God grant that my suspicions may prove groundless." Unfortunately, his suspicions were correct, and President Grover Cleveland had this to say in 1888. "As we view the achievements of aggregated capital, we discover the existence of trusts, combinations, and monopolies, while the citizen is struggling far in the rear or is trampled beneath an iron heel. Corporations, which should be the carefully restrained creatures of the law and the servants of the people, are fast becoming the people's masters." The Roosevelts, Teddy and FDR, both fought against corporations with some success, but by the time Eisenhower was president, he was again sounding the alarm. In the councils of government, we must guard against the acquisition of unwarranted influence, whether sought or unsought, by the military-industrial complex. The potential for the disastrous rise of misplaced power exists and will persist. Thanks to a compromised Supreme Court, corporations are now people with all the rights and privileges that used to be reserved for living, breathing human beings. Money has become speech for the wealthy, and the tax burden for financing the day-to-day operations of the country has been shifted from the rich to the rapidly shrinking middle class. We need to internalize the words of the great leaders who came before and recognize the corporate scourge that threatens to turn us into an authoritarian oligarchy no different than Russia, China, or Hungary. Those who seek to distract us with culture war nonsense are merely the puppets of their corporate masters. Removing them from office must be our first priority, so we may once again become the strong democratic republic the founders envisioned. We have to fight back before it's too late.